Hello, Robert Brown. This is Kerry Duke with the Telecom Expert. Back again, we're going to discuss a completely new opportunity. And I'm not sure exactly, I think it's called the Yiptel Agent Program. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what we're going to talk about today, who it's for, what the opportunity is, and why some other business might be interested in joining your agent program. So how are you today, Robert Brown?
Thanks, Gary. I'm doing great and happy to be back with you, and very excited today to talk about some of the opportunities that we have for our agents and partners within our programs that we deliver.
Great. Let's start off. What is the official name of this program?
So we have kind of two essentially different sections of our agent and referral partner programs. One is an agent partner that would be like an IT company, a telecom agent, a master agent for telecom services. You know, really anybody that's in that business-to-business environment. We work with office furniture companies. We work with office supply companies. Anybody that has that kind of trusted relationship with other business clients is really a perfect fit for our agent program. And they can kind of involve that within two ways. They can either become an actual agent where they work hand in hand with us in meeting the customer's needs and applications, sitting down, designing the apps. They're really involved in the sales process. We have other partners, though, that choose to just be involved as a referring partner. So they say, well, I don't really want to get involved in the sales process or any of these things, but I do have great companies that are looking for your services, so I'm just going to refer those over to you, and then you guys take it from there. You handle it, you manage it, you work with the customer, do the quotes, the proposals, the solution, implementation, you do it all. And all we're going to do is just tell you about opportunities and introduce you to these clients. So we have referral partners like that. And then we also have a third section, which is our affiliate program. So all of you webmasters and people like you, Carrie, that are fantastic out there on the internet in designing applications, that's really designed for those type of affiliate marketers that have these networks and can push out either through banner ads or all kinds of different ways to push out opportunities that generate leads. And then what we do is we pay those affiliate marketers based on that client, and all of these get paid on a residual model. So this is what's really unique. This is the fact that so we take a percentage of the total bill that goes to that customer, and we pay you a commission, not on a one-time basis, not on a upfront and then it dwindles off and after 3 or 4 months it goes away, but we pay you on an ongoing basis. As long as that customer is a client of ours, you will receive a percentage of that as a monthly commission. So what we found is that our agent and referral and even our affiliates have been able to build up these massive monthly ongoing residual commissions based on all of these clients that they refer to us. Because even if the client comes in 6 months or 6 years from now, decides to add another site or office or whatever it may be, that client is tied to you, and all the revenue, you receive a percentage of their total revenue that they spend with our company. So it's a phenomenal program, and we've had great success with it across the country from all these different types of organizations in those 3 levels. Master agents and agent programs where they're really involved, to the referral partners, and then also to the affiliate marketers that are pushing it out, generating leads across the internet.
Okay, stop the presses. This is what I heard you say. You have the ability, everybody talks about having a referral program, but very few companies actually have a referral system in place. So number one, you have an advanced referral system in place where you can track who the referral is. You're willing to get involved in the front end with the telecom design process, the consultation process. You are paying on a recurring basis for the lifetime of the client. and you have basically three different levels of which there's participation. The full level of participation where the referral or the referring company, I should say, is actually involved in the process. The referring company who is in a business-to-business marketing process where they can refer you, and then the straight um, online hired gun.
Correct.
And each of those is willing has the ability to receive um, that recurring income. Okay, I'm astounded by that because that's just not the way the game is played in terms of referrals.
That's correct. One of the things, I guess, just kind of our business philosophy is I try to put myself in the seat of people that we work with and our customers and clients, but also with our partners. We take a look at it and I say, hey, what type of program would I want? I don't want one that after their first, I sign them up and I get paid commissions for the first set of maybe it's a 2 or 3 year contract, but then it goes away. That's what most of the carriers that are out there do. They provide a upfront commission, they provide it for a certain amount of time. Hey, you get the first contract, and then either you get nothing for the rest or you get a smaller or whatever it may be. I look at it and say, hey, if I was that guy referring, I would want, as long as that customer is a client, I would want to get paid on those commissions. That gives me the incentive. I look at it as it gives that referring partner the incentive to maintain and help us to maintain that customer and that client and that relationship because they're getting paid for that on a monthly basis. So it is a different program. We know that it's not the norm that's out there. We know it's better than any of those programs from those other companies. But the reason we do it is that we are looking for long-term relationships, not only with our clients, but certainly with our partners as well. And so we just look at it as, hey, this is what we would want somebody to do for us. We think this will demand that customer loyalty and the partner loyalty, that, hey, we want to make sure Yiptel takes care of us, we're going to take care of them, and it's a symbiotic relationship. So we're very excited about it, and we're happy to provide the program in a very different method than what other partners and solutions and telecom providers deliver out there today.
Well, I'm certainly intrigued. I mean, from a personal standpoint, but from a marketing standpoint, it's very unique because I've been in sales and around marketing for a lot of years, and I will tell you that nobody talks about doing a systemized referral process on a recurring basis. That's just not something that's done. I mean, even salespeople aren't involved typically, in a recurring income share process. They're usually paid up front, and that's it. Now, I would tell you, there's one group that sells exactly this way. You're going to know exactly who it is when I tell you what product is that they sell, but it's independent insurance agents. They are nothing more than marketing arms for the insurance companies, and they get a percentage of that policy that's written. And it's on a recurring basis, and it's for as long as they get to keep that client with that company.
And they know that if they can maintain that relationship and that personal touch with that customer and client, that's how they maintain that client. There's a lot of different providers, a lot of different companies, but you'll see that the ones that take care of their agents the best, those are the ones the agents then take care of their clients the best. And that's exactly what we're trying to do and provide to our partners nationwide, is our ability to really take care of them so that in turn they'll take care of our clients, and then we both win because we both have a long-term relationship with that customer and client that we're both invested in. And so that's really the design of our program, is to really strengthen it by delivering those ongoing residual commissions. And it costs us more, and from a business standpoint, maybe some people feel like, hey, that doesn't make sense. But to us, we're willing to do it because we think we're in it for the long term. And we think that this will establish those long-term relationships that keep our customers and our referring partners coming back to us again and again.
Yeah, it does make sense to me. It really does because if you're going the way to be successful in today's business environment is to have multiple streams of income. And no matter what business you're in, whether you're an office equipment dealer or you're a telecom agent, it's always good to have multiple streams of income so you're not reliant on that single source. Uh, you can take a big box store like Best Buy. They have multiple streams of income. They have their stores. They also have their online programs, but they also have affiliate marketing. You
Absolutely.
so they're running on all three of those branches of revenue streams, and you're creating an opportunity for these other businesses as well as web marketers to do the same type of thing, because there's always a cost involved in terms of doing a referral to somebody, and setting that process up. It's not just well, unless you're like the majority of companies who don't really have a referral system, then it becomes very easy. It's like if they remember to refer it, then they do. But that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about investing in a partner so that you can have this separate income stream, and having the recurring aspect of that is really intriguing from that investment standpoint.
Well, if you take a look at like the IT company, so those are fantastic partners with us. Is that they're very invested. They're in on that customer's network. You've got to trust your IT company, and so they're in a very trusted relationship. They're working very closely with the customer and the client, and so they're a perfect fit for them to say, well, hey, we're providing all these IT services. Why don't we now help you to save some money? Let's reduce some of your costs. Let's design a new solution. Let's empower your remote and mobile workers and all these things that these new technologies can do. They now look like the hero because they're delivering these new solutions to their clients. And rather than them going to some other company to secure those services, now they are able to get that from them. But on the flip side, they don't have to become the experts on telecom. They can stay focused on the IT piece, and that's where they bolt us on. We simply bolt on as their sales staff and their sales team. And so a lot of the IT providers that we work with, they simply come in and they work with their customers and their clients, and they set up an appointment with us. We join either in person in some cases as the applications are larger, or on web meetings using video conferencing and applications that we deploy. It's a perfect way to show, hey, look, here's the types of solutions we deliver. We help them through the entire needs audit process, understanding the needs and the applications, and then designing the proposals and the solutions and implementing those. They're involved from in our agent program, they're involved from a perspective of working with us, with the client, but yet we're doing most of the heavy lifting. They don't have to understand all the technologies or spend all their time and people. These guys are experts at what they do. They leverage us to be experts at what we do, and then that partnership is just a perfect relationship because they have those applications, they have the customers and clients, we bring in the technologies, everybody's happy and excited about the new solutions that they're delivered. And the thing that we understand the most and what our agents really love about our company is the fact that we understand how critical that trusted relationship is with that client, and we will never do anything that would compromise that with that company. And we've earned so much trust from these companies that, hey, look, if we have issues and problems, you got to know Yiptel will move heaven and earth to get that thing resolved, taken care of. You got service and support 24/7. We understand that on the flip side, if that company comes in and we don't do a good job and we don't understand all the needs and applications of that customer, we can burn a relationship just as easy. And that's the one thing that we've learned over our 40 plus years of being in business, is the fact of how critical those relationships are. And that's why we try to set these partner agreements and pay them very well to make sure that those trusted relationships are maintained. And that's where it's just been a great partnership, because some of those companies, as I mentioned, they want us fully involved, and they want to be involved. And some of there's people get trained and they do their own quotes from some companies on a very integrated level. Other companies are like, no, we just want to send you the email, introduce you to the client, and you guys take it from there. And so we handle across the board and work with each customer and each IT firm and each office furniture group. Each one of them we handle separately and individually based on exactly how they want us to integrate with their teams. So it's a very unique process. It's a very trusted relationship, and it's one that we're not looking for 5 million distributors or affiliates and all of that across the country. We're looking for core key companies to work with because we integrate very closely with all of our marketing pieces and joint marketing, and we really come in and we're not a silent active partner that they just refer like some of their other products, if they're working with HP or they're working with this company or that company. Instead of a relationship where it's, hey, when you've got something, then call me and I'll help you get it quoted and sold, we take a very proactive approach. We're working with them. We're helping them design marketing. We're designing events and applications, and we're very involved in helping them to grow their business. Because again, I just look at it as I've had lots of partner relationships over the years, and I've seen the ones that work and the ones that don't. And the ones that work are the ones that are very invested in working with us very closely, and the ones that don't are those that just sign us up for some partner program to sell their product and we don't hear from them again. That's not the type of company that Yiptel is or the type of product that we deliver to our partners.
Very good. Just for the sake of clarity, I know the IT companies know who they are, but when you say IT companies, what are you actually referring to? What service do they provide?
So a lot of our IT companies kind of fall into two realms. We've seen that there's those managed IT providers. Those are the guys that come out, once a week, either on a scheduled basis or some type of contract with your company, and they manage all of your IT infrastructure for you. They just take care of it all. So they're in there fixing your servers or your desktops or any of those types of things on a managed IT service provider. Some are kind of more of a break fix. Occasionally we'll see that as well, but more of them have moved to, hey, we're going to charge you this monthly or weekly or whatever fee, and we're going to take care of everything. The other ones that we see a lot in the IT industry is hardware vendors. So they sell all the large scale, the Cisco and the HP and the Juniper, all the routers and core gear and equipment that companies run. A lot of times companies will handle both of those, but I see a pretty good separation oftentimes with kind of more of the hardware-centric and the service-centric IT companies. So there's kind of two different groups that we work with, and both of them we've just done a phenomenal job because they do have those trusted relationships with their clients. They're involved right on the network. They're immediately set up as an expert on that network, and now for them to come in and refer us as a strong voice over IP partner going onto that network that they've now designed or that they maintain, it's a perfect fit.
Okay, I get that. So what's different about traditional carriers versus the new VoIP providers in Yiptel?
Well, so this kind of goes more to the telecom agents. Another one of our strengths is there's a lot of groups out there. There's what are called master agents and other just telecom agents that have gone out there. There's thousands of people across the country that sell dial tone and internet services and MPLS connectivity. So now I'm going to come in and provide all those solutions to this customer. So there's a large partner network of those types of organizations. What's different about us, and what I would want to say to those guys, is that as they've worked with a lot of the larger carriers, the XOs, the Level 3s, the AT&Ts, those type of companies that provide carrier services. Those guys have been in the business of delivering carrier services for a long time, and they do a great job at that. What they haven't been in the business for a long time, and where I don't think they do a great job, is in delivering voice over IP on-premise to companies. To give you an example, we had a flower shop here recently that had about, I think they've got 8 or 9 different locations. One of the carriers came in and delivered a solution to those 9 locations, and as they delivered that, they put in and implemented a voice over IP system, but then the customer came back and said, well, this doesn't do the applications that my old system did. And one of the biggest ones is we actually have a 20-person call center where we need to answer and track and monitor all their calls. And the carrier said, oh, well, our platform doesn't deliver that. So that's one of the struggles we've seen is they've treated the on-site VoIP installation kind of like where they've come from, where, hey, do we need a 10 meg or a 20 meg, or what speeds do you need and what locations, and then we're going to set those up. Voice over IP is very different, and delivering an application to a company becomes very technical in the needs and applications that that company has. You know, we see all the time things like, well, oh, what are we going to do with faxing, or how are we going to handle paging, or applications and reports and their mobile users. Where Yiptel has an extreme strength is understanding, as we've been doing this for 40 plus years, we really understand the needs and the applications, and sitting down and working very closely with that client to design the right solution for them. And that's where I think we have some huge advantages over those carriers, is they're trying to get into that space and learn how to deploy those right solutions. Every business is very unique and different, and they have unique applications and needs. And Yiptel, really, with our agent team that works with all of these partners, that's where we love to just embed very closely with them so that we can understand those needs of and applications of the client and design that right solution. And that's where the client then is thrilled, because now we are delivering the right apps. We know that we have the right solution for them, and then we customize and train them and help them through that whole process. Now they have just a phenomenal experience. That's a win for us, and it's a huge win for the partner. Because again, it's all about that relationship, and if we don't put in that right system and the right solution, then they're not going to be happy, and they're going to, you know, it can damage their relationship and pull their services. Hey, we don't want you to be our IT provider because you referred this bad voice over IP company to us. You just can't hand that. And that's what we understand, and we make sure we design it right.
I certainly get that last point about ruining relationships. That's very key. I think this next question is a follow-up to the telecom agents, and this is what's different about selling phone systems versus selling dial tone and internet, and how does that work into this partner program?
Yeah, I think that really does tie into. I get a little long-winded every now and then because I get excited about this stuff, but you know, it really does tie into the fact that the applications are very different and it's unique. And each customer has those different applications that they need, and our team is designed to come in and help to understand those in the sales process, make sure that we understand everything about it so that we don't gloss over and miss applications or functions. Because that word assume, we don't allow that word in our company. We assume nothing, because a lot of customers tend to sometimes make an assumption that, hey, my new phone system is going to do everything my old phone system did, and then it's going to do these things up and beyond that. What they don't realize is that just because it's a new system doesn't mean that it's going to do everything their old one did. And so we have questions designed to make sure that we understand what their system is doing for them today, and then what they want it to do. But on top of that, helping them understand what it can do. Because many of the customers and clients that we work with, you know, this isn't their industry. They don't follow the 15 new features that came out next week and how they would affect their business. They're not up to that. That's what our job is to help them to, once we understand that business, then take all of these different applications that we have and design them and help them to, and teach them and help them to understand, hey, did you know that we can implement video that would do this application? Did you know that we can implement mobile applications that will help you with this? Oh, did you know that when you receive that phone call, you can make a note on that account. So when you transfer it to the next department, they know exactly who that customer and client is, and they don't have to re-ask that same question. Now we just increased customer service, and we lowered our call handling times. There's all these little integrated pieces that we look at very closely and help them and teach them the things that can then just make dramatic differences in their business. So we really take a very consultative approach, understanding their needs and apps, and that's one of our biggest strengths. And especially against the other, the other carriers and those types of things that have come in, is that's just a huge advantage because we've been doing it for so long. We really have that process perfected, and that's one of our biggest core strengths.
You already have successful agents in this program, correct?
Oh yes, yes, we have
Okay.
many successful agents.
So, what is one of the things that you would say your most successful agents do to generate these referrals and or um, create this income stream for themselves?
Absolutely. Well, the internet wizards, I have no idea what those guys do. They're just magic. So on our affiliate program, I don't know. They're magic, and I don't understand that world completely. They just continue to pass leads and find great success in doing that. With the other teams, though, the biggest thing that I've seen is that we find our highest level of success with the companies that truly embed with us, just like we do with them. The ones that get very involved and where we are working hand in hand closely together, not necessarily very involved in the whole sales process or in learning everything about what we do, but very involved from a co-branding, co-marketing, working on planning different events with their customers and clients, working on email campaigns that go out to them to talk about our services, working on, as they do get an application, getting that person personally connected with us. Certainly the referral partners that just send them, that works and we handle it. But if those companies that actually are involved in that meeting and help us through that process, help us get started with that customer and client to earn that trust, those are by far our most successful. And those are really the relationships that we're really focused on, is finding those partners that really are looking for a true partner. We'll help them with marketing. We'll do joint marketing resources for them. We really work hard to grow their business, and those companies that are committed to us just find amazing success, because when they're committed, pushing it and working with us very closely, and we're doing the same thing on our side, that relationship is just phenomenal, and we've seen huge success. And very quickly, even though this is a residual sale, they've been able to build up residuals, amazing residuals, in a very short time frame.
I have to ask. I mean, when you say amazing residuals right away, what give give these IT companies and these agents some kind of idea what that means?
Well, I've got companies that in their first 6 months are making 6, 8, 10 grand a month from referrals that they've kicked over in just a few months. And
That
that's,
Yeah, that's a significant number in terms of a secondary revenue stream.
yeah, those are phenomenal. And it depends. There's other companies that are making 4 or 5, 1,000 a month or whatever it may be, but those are from just a few referrals that they've kicked over to us. The more aggressive ones, like I said, the more aggressive they are, because there's a variety of products, that we also deliver, and that's also kind of something that separates us as well.
Yeah, let's go back to these agents because one thing you mentioned to me earlier that I don't know if you really stated this with clarity, is that your most successful agents plug you in at the beginning of the process in the needs analysis section of the sale. And I think the reason that works so well, correct me if I'm wrong, but having spoken with you several times, then one of the reasons that works so well is because Yiptel really knows their business, and that helps. translate your expertise into trust, in which closes the deal.
Yeah, we've found exactly that, is that our team, the the men and women that work very closely in our agent department to assist with these partners, they really do know the industry. They aren't new. It's not their first go around with the products and the solutions we deliver. We make sure that they're extremely highly trained, well versed, but not only just in the products, but in the system. And we have a complete system that takes that customer and the client, the needs audit at an application. It's not just that we get on and ask a couple of questions. We're very detailed in the applications and understanding those needs. And that's where I think our secret sauce lies, is in the fact that we don't just come in, and it's not about us and the 6 other VoIP providers. We look very closely to understand their needs, and that's where we gain that level of trust, is because they look at it and they say, well, the other guys didn't ask me about any of those things or understand any of those parts of my business and what I do, nor did they deliver solutions to me for this, and this, that these guys had new ideas about ways I can do business that I'm not doing it today. That's where we excel, and that's where we separate ourselves in the process. And by doing that, then we have great success in close ratios, because customers and clients can see that, and they get that feeling from us. And when we're going in with that partner that already has that trusted relationship, now we've earned it. We show them, hey, these guys really know what they're doing. We already trust these guys, and so this looks like a perfect solution for our business. So.
Yeah, that makes complete sense, and that leads right into this next question, which is about this types of products that Yiptel provides in compared to the other competitors in that space.
Yeah, let me touch on that a little bit because that is a huge separator. The industry is certainly going more and more toward a hosted voice over IP solution, where instead of buying physical equipment, they're just leveraging us, our technologies. We plug in phones, they connect across the internet or through direct connections that we deliver to them. We should come back to that in just a minute as well. But so more and more companies are going that direction. But there's still a huge part of the marketplace, 50% or so, that say, hey, rather than go voice over IP, I may have a voice over IP system, but I want to buy it. I want to purchase it. And I want to have it at my premise or on my site or location. There's still a fair amount of companies that are wanting that type of a solution. And most of the carriers and the hardware providers don't deliver that solution. That's the solution that the traditional phone system vendors have provided. And they're delivering this new voice over IP solution, but yet there's all these people that still want that type of solution. Yiptel is very unique in that we deliver both technologies. So you'll find the traditional guy saying, oh, that voice over IP stuff, it doesn't work and it's not going to be a good solution. And then you'll find the voice over IP guy saying, oh, that's just old school, old technology, and you don't want to get in a solution like that. The bottom line is that both of those applications have great advantages and disadvantages to them. And depending on your company, hosted may be the right fit, or an on-premise solution may be the right fit, or a completely managed solution, either in the cloud or hosted, may be the right fit. So which one of those is it? With Yiptel, instead of having to choose, well, this vendor provides on-premise and this one does this solution and this one does this, Yiptel provides them all, because we know that just as important as the different types of products we provide are the different delivery methods, because each company has their own buying strategies. We find some that say, hey, we pay cash for everything. We never lease. We never do any of that. We pay cash. That's their strategy. So for that company, we're going to deliver a solution that we sell them the product. It's going to be on site. We're going to help them manage it and maintain it and take care of it, but they want to purchase that equipment. For the next company, they say, no, I don't want to own, manage, maintain. I don't want to deal with any of that. We want you guys to take care of all of that for us. And so we deliver a hosted solution. But where the other carriers, you have to kind of choose, Yiptel provides all of those services. And so that's where we can really, again, understand the needs of the client. And it may be even just not as much of a feature need, but maybe it's a financial need or a design of how they need to acquire the product. We have that flexibility, and that's just a huge strength that we provide to our providers, because they can go to one place and have a client that wants to buy a phone system, or one that wants to host it, or one that wants to do a rental on site, or there's so many different solutions, but Yiptel delivers them all, and there is no other provider I've seen actually in the country that delivers the types of products in the methods that we do. And so that's what makes us such a great fit for these companies, is that no matter what the solution is that that client needs, when it comes to voice over IP, video conferencing, internet, Yiptel has it, and we can deliver it in all kinds of different methods that work for the client.
Okay, from a partner's perspective, I like what you had to say. Now I have a follow-up, though. Actually, two. One, if that guy comes up to you and says, "Well, I buy my equipment. It's all cash. However they do their own financing, whatever. They give you one big check. You're paying that percentage out on that big deal."
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Somebody comes in and they buy equipment, they want to own it, then absolutely that partner of ours gets their commission rates get assigned to that deal. And yeah, sometimes those are huge hits, because some of those premise-based systems can be $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 at a time, and they get great commission rates on those. So yeah,
okay. That's a great answer. Love it. All right. I mean, again, from a partner perspective, this is what people want to know. How much do I get paid and how often? The secondary question is, you're located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and let's say I have, I'm a referring agent, based in Maine. You can handle I mean, hosted is easy because that's, it's in the cloud. But what about, I want a physical piece of equipment on my site in my building in Bangor, Maine? Can you handle that?
Yeah, great question, and maybe even internationally. Because we handle that as well. So what we do is we have a significant partner network that we work with, and yes, we provide services across the country. I've got systems, physical premise-based systems in, I don't even know, I'd have to count up the number of countries, but all over the world where we've shifted. With voice over IP technologies, it's very different. We can completely program and manage and maintain the system from anywhere. And so, yeah, I've got systems in China and over in the UK and down in Australia, and just all over the world. We have applications where we've delivered systems to companies that wanted to purchase their physical technology. And so, certainly across the country, it's very simple for us, but also don't count us out for delivering applications throughout the world, because our team has that expertise, and we service and support many very large organizations across the country and around the world.
So that would help the businesses that are multinational. I mean, if you get a referral from somebody that's looking for a multinational solution, you guys are equipped and ready to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can help them with the circuits internationally, delivering MPLS or dial tone and internet circuits. We can help them with the dial tone applications. It's not just that we provide the service and they have to figure everything else out. With Yiptel, we provide that end-to-end solution. So it's the dial tone, it's internet, it's the systems and the applications and all the technologies that surround it. And yes, we can deliver that across the board throughout the country and around the world.
It sounds like an amazing program, Robert. Let's talk about this. Somebody needs to get in touch with Yiptel and this referring agent program. How do they do that? How do they contact you? Is there a specific person that they need to speak with? What's the process?
So yeah, there's a couple ways. They can certainly contact us on our website, which is yiptel.com, which is YIPTEL.com, stands for Your IP Telephone. And then they can also reach us on our 800 number at any point as well at 800-752-6110.
And do they need to ask for a specific department, or just say, "Hey, I'm interested in your agent program"? What's
Yeah, we absolutely. When they call in, one thing you'll know about us is that we live answer every phone call that comes into our company. Yes, it's that's overwhelming and daunting at some points. It costs us more, but it's that type of service company that we think our customers and clients expect. And so when they call in, if they simply just ask to speak with one of our agent managers and our partner and referral teams, then they'll be immediately connected to them, and they can start to learn more about the specific commission rates and the different programs that are available. Because sometimes we have companies that leverage multiples. They may be a agent partner with us out there helping us, but also they have affiliate expertise, and so they're working on that side as well. So there's just some really good fits there for companies as they work with us and as they embed with our technologies, and we work very closely to help them succeed.
It sounds great. It sounds really good. Now, what about, and again, that wasn't meant to end this conversation. It was a question of how do people get into the program, and what's the next step. So this brings up marketing materials, collateral, things of that nature. What do you do to help either of the three segments, whether it's your IT companies, or it's your telecom agents, or it's the the business to business sales opportunities, or lastly, web marketers. What do you offer in terms of marketing material, things that are necessary to promote the product itself?
Yeah, that's a great question, because as I mentioned, our real focus is to really work very closely with them and to help them with all these things. And so they won't have to worry about creating different marketing materials or sales presentations or radio ads or flyers or all of the different mediums and technologies that are available to market that. We've already created all of that, and it's ready to go. So literally day one, when somebody signs up as a partner of ours, immediately all those marketing materials and everything are co-branded. They're pushed out to that customer and client. And then we start the processes of the additional things, like I mentioned, with different meetings and on-sites. And there's just so much that we go through. There's a whole marketing process and kickoff process that we get started on that helps with all of those different materials. But again, it's not this huge amount of time and effort from their perspective. We do most of the heavy lifting. It's already done. We just need a little bit of time to help coordinate some of these different events and projects and things like that we have running, and then we help and work very closely with them to make sure that we're consistently pushing and driving in those sales opportunities. So it's a phenomenal. From there, I just continue to hear from them, hey, thank you for helping us with this. We haven't had a partner that really took on and became that partner that we expected, and we really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us and how you're helping, not to just sit there and hope that we push and point referrals to you, but you guys are helping us to grow this part of our business, and yet allowing us to focus on what we do best. But yet over here we're doing such a great job with you guys because you're pushing that out. So yeah, there's a great programs and a whole process that we walk them through to help them be successful with that.
Well, sounds real good, Robert. Now, last question: is there something that we haven't talked about that you want to mention before we close this interview up?
Yeah, there may be just a couple things that I wanted to highlight. One was that kind of about you've got the traditional companies, you've got the hosted voice over IP companies out there, and what we see is that the traditional carriers usually have kind of a site or a location. Maybe they're out west, and so they cover the kind of the western United States, but they only provide services where they have service. Then there's also other companies that have national networks like a regular VoIP company that just provides service anywhere, but they provide it over the internet. So one of the beauties that we provide is that as a carrier, kind of a next generation VoIP carrier, we can deliver across the internet, and many of our clients come that direction. We can deliver nationwide, and we provide services nationwide, but we also can deliver circuits and QoS and end-to-end connectivity for those clients nationwide as well. So we're not limited to just a specific area of, hey, we're the carrier within these states or within this geographic area, and I can only deliver circuits and service in that area. We can deliver circuits, meaning internet and high-speed internet or MPLS connections, connectivity, as well as the VoIP service anywhere in the country. So where a lot of the VoIP providers just come across the internet, we can deliver a dedicated connection for larger organizations and deliver true end-to-end QoS and high-quality service with that quality of service and prioritize that voice over the data and manage their whole multi-site network. We can do all of those things like a carrier, but we can do it across the country. And so we have some really great advantages there. So
Wonderful, Robert. All right, let's wrap it up. You're Robert Brown, Yiptel. How do people reach you?
Yep, again on that website at yiptel.com, yiptel.com, or on our 800 number at 800-752-6110.
Thanks, Robert. Great information about your agent program, and look forward to talking to you next time.
Thanks a lot, Gary. Have a great day.